Hello YouTube, I am back again with another ABC profile that I got plat 1 with. Got about, I don't know, a week or two ago now. I lost track of time. And the point is, let's get into the deck list. I made a few changes, don't worry about that. Let's worry about ABC, not Dino Misery. Alright, so let's start off with the Handtraps. I'm running 3 Maxi because, Maxi, nothing's changing there. 3 Ash Blossom. Just a generically good hand trap. The 2 Nibru, because I've noticed in the ladder, every time I resolve Maxi, it doesn't really matter if your opponent can still kill you going second. So Nibru is just something that prevented me from getting OTK'd. It's another threat that your opponent has to worry about. It's also just nice having, more hand traps, more variety, because you have more cards to stop your opponent with. A bonus with Nibru, if you want to flex, you can equip him off Union Carrier. Not that you should, but you can. The one Imperm, honestly, I would probably change this out for something else, but I was lazy and didn't want to switch out anything at the time. This could probably be an Avarice or some other powerful one-of card like Feather Duster, Raigeki, whatever you have available for you. Alright, let's get into our Union lineup. So I still run 3 of each Union as usual, because if you get Ash on the Union Hanger, then that really sucks and you can't do anything. But if you have 9 pieces, if your opponent Ashes you, you don't care. Or usually you don't care because you have a Union anyway. At the very least, you'll be making an ABC Dragon Buster. 2 Union Driver for the same reason as before. If you only have 1 Union Driver, then if you get completely board wiped, you cannot make the Emerald. The only reason I play 2 Drivers is because ABC's at 1 in this format. If ABC wasn't at 1, I would definitely cut this down to 1. There's no reason to be playing 2 otherwise. It's kind of a brick, but it's a necessary brick. We're playing the Orbital package because we are playing with Union Carrier in this format, which is nice. What Union Carrier allows you to do is equip the Orbital, get the Galaxy Soldier, and just summon Soldier, get your free infinity. 1 Terraforming, it says Search Union Hanger. 3 Prosperity, it says dig for Union Hanger or some other card that you might or might not need. 3 Union Hanger, it's an ABC deck. You're supposed to play 3 of this. If you're not playing 3 of this, I don't know what you're doing. 2 Twin Twister, because I don't know what it is with my luck, but I run into so much set 5 pass, so much Eldritch, so much True Draco, that I said, you know what, I need back row hate. If I did run into decks like that, or there was a sideboard, I would never play Twister. I'd play something else. What else do we have here? Alright, so 3 Forbidden Droplet. Droplet is just nice in general. It can be used as disruption. It's also a reason I don't play 3 Imperm, because Droplet does the same thing as Imperm, but it's unrespondable. Imperm, or Droplet, also allows you to break boards. So if you're playing against, I don't know, Drytron, they go full combo, they summon Big Herald, and I don't know, other crap. If you're able to Maxi challenge them, and you drew a few cards, or if you just have the perfect hand, you can Droplet them, hit everything, hit whatever's on the board, and hopefully you have Hanger to just go into access code and buster afterwards. 3 Reactivation, this card is basically the second Hanger, but it's also like a Call by the Grave. Speaking of Call by the Grave, I am not playing Call by the Grave because my luck is horrible. See, this card, Crossout, should be Call by the Grave. But I kept running into the issue where I kept drawing the card I needed to Call by the Grave. So one of my games I had 2 Max C, a B Buster Drake, and Reactivation, along with Call by the Grave. I normal the B driver, get the driver's effect off, attempt to use the A to special itself. My opponent goes Max C, I go Call by the Grave, but now I have 2 dead cards in my hand, so I'm like, oh, okay. And they had Droplet that game too, so I was pretty boned. I was pretty mad about it. That's why I put Crossout instead of Call by the Grave. Because what Crossout does over Call by the Grave, despite Call by the Grave being obviously a stronger card, it hits way more than Crossout could in every matchup. It's because Crossout doesn't turn off your own hand traps for the next turn, which is a problem I kept running into. Also, I guess you can also just Crossout Imperm, I suppose, and Nibru. So there is that benefit over Call by the Grave. If you have Call by the Grave and feel more comfortable with that, you can just play Call by the Grave. It basically serves the same purpose, just anti-hand trap, anti-maxi, mainly anti-maxi. You can play through an Ash, you can usually not care about Nibru, but you cannot deal with max C. A lot of decks can't deal with max C. Alright, that's all. That's it for the main deck. Let's go to the extra deck. 1 ABC Dragon Buster. Konami, please, for the love of God, unlimit my boy. I don't want to play Emerald. So 1 Dragon Buster because we're only allowed 1. 1 Emerald because its only purpose here is to recycle the ABC. If we had 2 ABC, I would never play Emerald. It sucks. 1 Cyber Dragon Nova for the Infinity because we're playing Galaxy Soldier. Clara Rushka. Okay, so funny story. On stream, every time I banish Clara and Rushka off of Prosperity, I always got punished for it because I never drew the hanger off the Prosperity. So every time I needed Clara, I didn't have it. Clara is actually quite important for when you open those weird hands, like, I don't know, double C, B, you know, just weird crap like that. Double C, A, B, no, whatever. You're able to go to main phase 2 somehow, and you can just make Clara Rushka proc the F off. That's not really bad. I should not say that. So proc the F off of the Clara and Rushka, then C summon something, B into, I don't know. Sorry, not B. Go C again into Lina, who is generic link 2. C effect, special, the other union. Then if you can Lina F to take something in your opponent's graveyard, go for it. Otherwise, just link those 2 into Union Carrier. Union Carrier effect equip itself with the remaining piece you don't have, and then make ABC. You can do that with weird hands because of Clara and Rushka. This card is actually really good. I want to cut it, but at the same time I don't because it's come up way too often. Alright, 2 Nightmares, Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix. These are your generic link 2s. They just pop stuff on the field. You can chain block with these cards because you can go chain link 1, Phoenix, Cerberus, whatever, get that effect off. Then chain link 2 C, then chain link 3 B, or whatever union you have on the field. It's very good for playing around Apollosa because you basically just don't care about the Apollosa at that point. IP Masquerena. I usually never make IP because I usually banish her off Prosperity, but if you're able to, you can enter a board of IP, Dragon Buster, and Infinity. There's 2 ways to do that board. You either open Hangar plus Galaxy Soldier, or you open Hangar plus 2 pieces, specifically 2 different names. So you need something like, I believe, A and B, something like that. As long as you have 2 different names, you just search out the C, or if you have the C already, search out the B, whatever you need to do, and make that play that way. I believe it is having to, I believe you do have to actually have to open A and B, so don't quote me on that. I never really did that play too often. 1 Union Carrier, this is legal in Master Duel format, may as well play it. Only 1 because you'd only really need to use it once. And you can't link it off the same turn either, which kinda sucks, but not really. It's a Union card, it's a really good Union card, why would you not run it? 1 Lina, it's a generic link 2 that you can run into, and it's also very funny against Drytron. You go Lina, summon their, I don't know, one of their Drytrons, their Mu Beta Fafnir, or even their Herald if you want to do that, if you want to be extra funny. Link it away for whatever link you want. Nightmare Unicorn, this is mainly just here to ladder into access code. It's easy to make because you have Phoenix, Lina, Mask all to ladder into. Proc the CF and then special whatever, make Unicorn special off the other C and then access code. And you kill him that turn. 1 Boral Sword, I don't make this too often. If I'm making this, it's because I'm probably flexing on you. Otherwise, I usually never make this as a pros target for the most part. Before in my other video, I think I had some really bad card called Rasterlager that was literally just a pros target. Now we have a legitimate card. This can be anything though, doesn't really matter too much. 1 Apollosa, you don't make this too often. I only really make this if I suspect that my opponent has a Nibiru in hand and I can't game that turn anyway. So, yeah. If you open the IP play, you can actually go into Apollosa, but that's only if you open the IP play. You usually don't go into her on turn 3. You're just trying to go for access code. So, Apollosa's here. It's just another link 4 option you have. And access code. He's basically a win con. He kills things. I don't need to say more about it. Underworld Goddess is another good card that you can go into with IP. Because let's say your opponent is playing, I don't know, some annoying deck with an unaudible monster, some like Towers-esque monster. You just go ABC effect, tag out, special whatever, link it to Mask, proc some effects off, and then just link it off on your turn. Or if you had IP already up on their turn, link it off on their turn. they can't escape it because it's not an effect to, blink it away. It's literally not an effect. So they can't get rid of it. Or rather, they can't play around it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. I don't really have any games to show you, unfortunately, because Konami deleted all the replays. Sad. And yeah, thank you for watching my deck profile, not my replay. And yeah, see you again next time. That's all. Goodbye now.